Breaking news tonight, new developments in the investigation into possible collusion with Russia.
CNN breaking the story that the first criminal charges in the Russian election meddling investigation have been approved by a federal grand jury in Washington, D.C. KCON9 political reporter Bryan has been following this story. It broke just a couple hours ago. And what's the latest?
That's right. There's been pressure for months on the special counsel. If you got something, let's bring some charges. Well, maybe that's what's happening now. It looks like it. The CNN report indicates that plans were prepared Friday for anyone charged to be taken into custody as early as Monday. A spokesman for the special counsel's office declined to comment on the CNN report specifically, but these charges could be a major break in the case. The CNN report is the first evidence that special counsel Robert Mueller may be ready to move forward into the next phase of his investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 election. For the moment, Mueller, who was appointed special counsel in May, is mum on the new report. But right now, there are more questions than answers. It's unclear who's being charged and what the charges are. Right now, the charges are reportedly still sealed under orders from a federal judge. On Friday, top attorneys who are helping lead the Mueller investigation were seen entering the courtroom at the Washington, D.C. federal courthouse, where the grand jury meets to hear testimony in the Russia investigation. CNN reports there was a flurry of activity at the grand jury room, but there was no announcement made. Some experts believe the charges could be a tactic to squeeze information from a reluctant participant.
I would think that it would be something that would be almost low-hanging fruit with a single person that is unable or unwilling to give Mueller and his investigators anything more.
It could be just a coincidence, but this news comes on a night when the White House unleashed a double-barrel public relations attack on the special counsel investigation, announcing there's plenty of evidence of Russian collusion, but not with the Trump campaign.
I think we are seeing now that if there was any collusion with Russia, it was between the DNC and the Clintons, and certainly not our campaign.
There has been absolutely no collusion. It's been stated that they have no collusion.
And just this morning, President Trump suddenly tweeted that it is now commonly agreed that there was no collusion between Russia and Trump. Was collusion with HC, that would be Hillary Clinton. Just a few days ago, it was revealed that the Clinton campaign and the Democrats helped pay for research that produced the so-called Russian dossier, opposition research targeting candidate Donald Trump. But so far, there's been no evidence to back up the allegation that Clinton was in collusion with the Russians. And when a CNN reporter asked about it at a White House briefing, the press secretary refused to answer.
How about evidence of collusion? Sarah, no, the president made a charge that Hillary Clinton
I think I've addressed that pretty thoroughly. Mike, go ahead.
So you're saying that Hillary Clinton...
I'm saying that I'm calling on your colleague.
Okay, well, you didn't really address that question.
Friday night, President Trump tweeted out another attack on Hillary Clinton with the heading, "What happened?" And then the line from a New York Post attack on Clinton entitled, "How Team Clinton Played the Press for Fools on Russia," charging the irony is it may have in fact been Hillary who came closer to colluding with the Russians in smearing Trump as a Russian traitor than anything Trump did in trying to beat Hillary. Now we know, the Trump tweet concludes. Burbank Congressman Adam Schiff questions whether the tweets are a presidential preemptive strike to divert attention from the real investigation by the special counsel at a crucial time.
The question is this being done in good faith? And it's very hard to reach the conclusion that this is done in good faith. That we have now suddenly, 6 or 7 years after the fact, decided we've got to do another investigation of Hillary Clinton.
All of this bringing back memories from the campaign.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
Now, in a related development, there appears to be plenty of trouble developing in the congressional investigations as well, with the Washington Post reporting tonight President Trump and Republicans in Congress now demanding new scrutiny of Hillary Clinton, which you saw. That could jeopardize their investigations of Russian meddling in the 2016 election, just as the probes, it was reported, are closing in on Trump's inner circle. Lena, Jeff, back to you.